Hey guys, it's Charlie back with Amelia Bedelia Unleashed. And today we're reading Chapter 8, 2-bit shaved and a haircut. So let's get started. The next day was Saturday, the day of the dog show. Amelia Bedelia rode her bike over to Charlie's house. She was excited to help Charlie give Perry a bath. Charlie, said his mother, since Amelia Bedelia is here to help you, I'm going to run some quick errands. I'll get Perry's bath ready for you before I go. Soon Perry was standing in a deep tub full of warm water and suds. Amelia Bedelia and Charlie rolled up their sleeves and scrubbed Perry in the soapy water. Perry loved getting shampooed, and Amelia Bedelia and Charlie managed to stay pretty dry until it was time to dry Perry. Both Amelia Bedelia and Charlie could see it coming. It was like those weather maps on a TV show, an approaching hurricane. They were in the storm's path and were getting soaked. Sure enough, Perry let them have it. After 1 second of shaking, they were drenched. The only thing they could do was holler and shriek and dance around and laugh. A lot. Charlie, yelled Amelia Bedelia, you look like you've just ran through 100 sprinklers for an hour. You look like you fell into the world's biggest swimming pool, yelled Charlie. Then starting with his head and moving down to his rear end, Charlie shook himself one last time, just to be sure they were totally soaked. Still laughing, Amelia Bedelia and Charlie led Perry to the back deck. They worked in the sunshine, squirting conditioner into Perry's coat and rubbing it in with their fingers. Let's start brushing him, said Charlie. Fun, said Amelia Bedelia. She grabbed a nearby brush from the dustpan. When she began to brush Perry with it, Charlie laughed. Not that kind of brush, he said. You'll get him dirty again. Use one of these special dog brushes. Amelia Bedelia loved brushing Perry. He's going to be beautiful, she said. You mean handsome, said Charlie. Once Perry's hair was tangle-free, Charlie showed Amelia Bedelia how to trim his coat using the electric clippers. Charlie was trimming stray hairs from Perry's fluffy chest when disaster struck. A squirrel ran across the deck. Perry took after him like a shot. He ran right over Charlie, who was still holding the wiring clippers. Charlie hit the deck. No, Perry, he shouted. Heel, wait, come back. If you get dirty, you'll have to take another bath. Perry was an obedient dog, and besides, the squirrel had already scrambled up a tree. Perry trotted back to Charlie and sat down again. That's when Amelia Bedelia noticed a long strip of fluffy white fur on the deck. Hey, Charlie, where did this come from? She asked. There was only one place it could have come from. Perry's beautiful prize-winning coat. Charlie kneeled in front of Perry. Uh-oh, he said. It looks as though a lawnmower had cut a swath through a pretty flower bed. Oh boy, said Charlie. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, this is not good at all. He took the fluffy patch of hair from Amelia Bedelia and tried to push it back into place. It didn't work. We need tape or something, said Amelia Bedelia. Replaced or a glue stick. They tried everything. Nothing worked. Boy, oh boy, said Charlie. I am doomed. Perry sat patiently. Perhaps he realized that he was partly to blame. But now, as he watched a puff of fur that used to be his beautiful pom-pom blow across the deck like a tiny tumbleweed, the situation began to sink into him, too. Amelia Bedelia thought that if ever an animal were going to speak, it would be now. Perry cocked his head and stared directly at them. His eyes said, You've got to be kidding me. I trusted you to take care of me, and this happens? Woof! Charlie started pacing back and forth across the deck, repeating, Boy, oh boy, and tugging at his own hair. I know, said Amelia Bedelia. Let's look in the kitchen. There's probably something in there that will work. They searched through the kitchen drawers until Amelia Bedelia found some twisty ties. They headed back to the deck to try some on Perry, while Charlie kept looking for possible solutions. Charlie, yelled Amelia Bedelia, your problem is gone. Great, Charlie called back. Did the twisty ties work? I don't know, said Amelia Bedelia. Perry is gone. Vanished. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, chapter 9 is called Dog Gone. And congratulations, guys. We're almost done with the book. So keep reading, keep dreaming, and keep watching my channel. See ya!